Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. This is Nick Lasorsa, and I have my guest host, my former dancing director, Dennis Glover. Dennis, welcome.
How are we doing?
We're doing great, man. Top 8 today. So this is seeds 3 through 8. The higher seeded player on each pair in front of us will be starting, and the 3 bowlers out of the 6 that do not advance will each receive $125 today, with their overall champion today winning $2,061. This weekend, we're on the ABT regional pattern, a pattern that we're going to be putting out at 2 weeks at Brunswick Zone Wheat Ridge for our $10,000 first place regional event. And as we looked at the pattern that we kind of put out there, and Dennis and I were both talking about it, it definitely gives an advantage to the stronger players. In other words, bowlers that can step into the pattern and hit the ball pretty good. With the 8 bowlers that we have in the top 8 today, 6 of them are master players. And unfortunately, as it turns out, our 2 classic bowlers are both bowling each other. But that's the way it works.
Yeah. Well, Schaefer starts out with a 4-9 split over there.
And Frankie's one of our new players. He joined this week out of Highland Park in Greeley, Frankie Trevino. He's on 23 and 24, our TV pair. Going up against Van Vasquez, and Van knows Frank from bowling league with him, probably at Centennial and Longmont. And we got Lawrence Marquez bowling against Rick Schaefer on 21 and 22. And on 25 and 26, we have Mike Vasquez bowling Jason Poole. So these matches could be very high scoring. The pairs at this end of the bowling center can be a little tricky because we're dealing with new synthetic lanes or newer synthetic lanes over the originals. A couple years ago, unfortunately, Holiday Lanes had a roof cave in during a freak late spring snowstorm that probably affected about 3 or 4 bowling centers in the Denver area amongst gas stations and other stuff because of the weight of the snow. I know Sonesta up in Thornton had issues. Green Mountain and Lakewood had issues.
At Arapahoe, Ross Kelly, second seed bowler, was down there with them up on the roof shoveling the snow off before any issues
serious happened. Yeah, sure. That was really, really wet, and it came down for a long time. Needless to say, that was our last snowstorm of that year, but boy, did it have an impact on us.
All right. Jason covers his first pair
of the week.
Oh. Well, it looks like the rough match is going to be between Lawrence and Rick.
It is kind of strange. They're both kind of fishing right now. For those of you expecting to hear the inevitable tones of Mr. Nolan Carruthers, he's probably watching us or listening to us, but Nolan tweaked his knee in qualifying yesterday and got to be a point where it swelled up pretty significantly, so we gave him a personal day.
Well, Nolan, first of all, before I say anything, allow me to say, get better.
Yeah,
this is your seat, not mine.
Well, and the sad part is, and it's like I told him, I said, you don't want to push it because he wants to bowl the regional just like everybody else wants to in 2 weeks. And, same situation with your son.
Exactly.
Son's going to have to go through some physical therapy in a car accident. I mean, he's going to have to do some PT on his left hand. Fortunately, not his bowling hand, but it still makes a difference.
When you go to pick your bowling ball up, you need 2 hands. When you wipe your ball down, you need 2 hands. And his problem is that since they reattach ligaments in his index finger on his left hand, you need to move it. And he's just starting physical therapy. They don't want him to overexert it.
Sure. And you got to be careful. You really do.
Yeah, that's in his case, it's a long-term effect. If he screws it up now, they can't go back in there and fix it because then the scar tissue gets overwhelming in the finger.
Right.
So we just want to, he's 21. We just want him to get healthy, be safe, be strong. Sure. And bowling will always be here because there's enough of us out here that won't give it up.
Right. And, of course, Cameron being, how old is he now?
21.
21. He wants everything to be done right now.
Exactly. He's in a rush for it to happen.
Sure. So, we wish Cameron the best, too. And not a speedy recovery, but a smart and
healthy
recovery, yes. And Nolan, if you got your knee propped up, got a couple toddies in front of you like you normally do anyway. Hope you're feeling better. Ice up that knee. Get that swelling down. Hopefully what you did is just kind of twist or tweak it. You didn't do any real bad
no major damage or anything like that.
Well, and the nice thing is most of Nolan's parts have already been replaced. So it's not like, we have to worry about anything.
The incredible bionic man.
Yes.
Bionic bowler.
Bionic bowler, yeah. Or maybe I hear a helicopter. Maybe that's him coming in for a landing.
Well, that
Anything's
is pretty
possible.
loud. Yeah.
Anything's possible with Carruthers, He's got a lot of peeps. They can do him some favors.
Well, we got some matches going on here. I mean, between Mike and Jason there. I mean, that's a 1 pin difference in handicap.
And they're tied scratch.
Exactly. Yeah.
And basically just a 1 mark difference with Van and Frankie. And pins with Rick and Lawrence, even though they're kind of struggling.
Well, this is the kind of matches you want to see, the battle of who's going to overcome.
Sure.
Instead of it being a situation of he who makes less mistakes.
Yeah.
These guys have to make some moves. They have to make some adjustments.
And, of course, this could be the grinder pair of the whole place. So it's not what you shoot. It's the fact that you have 1 more pin than your opponent.
Yes.
Score is meaningless. Just that all you have to do is beat them.
Trust me, of all people who knows that, it's myself. I beat Bryce Tanny. He's giving me 2 pins.
That's right.
That's
right.
I get him by 1 pin. Sorry, Bryce. Don't hit me wherever you are.
Well, Bryce is still in
mode
unconscious. Yeah.
He's bowling really well. The month of
well.
October is his.
Yeah. And, of course, we can say the same for Keith Guerrero, wins 2 tournaments in 3 weeks. I made the cut this week, but just didn't advance. But it's nice to see Rick Schaefer out here. Rick and John Johnson have the Leave Your Mark Pro Shop here at Holiday Lanes.
Those guys are open to take care of it. Doesn't matter what piece of equipment, type of equipment you're using, they will take care of you.
Great shot by Rick with a double. It takes, he gets within 5 pins, so that match is tightened up. And for those of you that out in Denver know Rick Schaefer, of course, his dad Russ works very closely with the Greater Denver USBC. Rick Schaefer's grandfather was the great Frank Tavella, who had Northgate Lanes years ago and later on Crown Lanes in Denver. Absolutely a bowling family, great family. Probably been bowling since he could crawl. But obviously throws a great ball. Then he's got 3 in a row, starting to pull away from Lawrence. And it's kind of cool. You got father and son bowling next to each other. So for one of those two to advance, they might actually meet each other, which would be kind of wild.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Won't be the only father-son duo going at it around his place.
Yeah, really.
At least Mike's nicer. He's not gunning for his dad. Well, my son,
all right, nice shot, Lawrence.
He's waiting for the great opportunity to take me down.
Oh, then we got Roadkill waiting in the wings. He's our second seeded player, Steve Roskelly out of Parker. And then our tournament leader out of Castle Rock, Frank Caccioni. And that was close. I mean, we're talking about 4 pins between first and second and another 10 pins to Ricky Schaefer. So it actually was pretty close, top 3, top 4. Frankie Trevino out of Greeley, 105 over.
15 pins.
Yeah. Uh-oh, he didn't like that one.
No, he got that one outside there.
Yeah, Lawrence wheeled it right, and we didn't come back. Leaves the 1-2-7. Frankie 58 to third, won a spare, trying to take advantage of Van's open. Crossed over and carries. All right.
So he pulls down by 10 there and needs to double. He gets himself right back into that.
That'd be a 1-pin difference if he can double. And he does. All right.
Well, it's a good thing it wasn't a spare for him,
Yeah, please. There's a lot of caca going back and forth between these characters because, again, out of the 6 bowlers in front of you, 4 of them are master players, and those 4 also bowl in competitive leagues against each other or with each other during a week. So it's not like they don't know each other.
Like Schaefer's on a roll.
Yep, Rick Schaefer, 4-bagger. Rick is a Denver Master champion. Greater Denver USBC Master champion, let's put it that way. And I want to give a shout out to Cody Vaughn, our champion from a couple weeks ago, went out to bowl the U.S. Open, and out of the 4 or 5 bowlers from Colorado, I don't know what he shot last night in that block, but he was at 180 over after 2 and was up around 40-some place. And I think they were going to cut to the top 60. So early on, Cody was doing great. Hopefully his day is continuing and he's grinding along in the U.S. Open in Vegas.
Look at this, Rick Schaefer.
Van moves to 5 but can't get it to fall over, leaving a 5-7.
Schaefer leaves a pocket 7-10.
Oh, my God. Ricky 7-10 on lane 21. All right. Gets to 1 because he's on the string. It multiplies those pins. So he's like 144 in the 7th. He's still up 20 no matter what Lawrence does. And let's see. Mike Vasquez, baby split. He's down against Jason now. Ooh, good shot by Lawrence. Gives him 103 in his 6th, strike in his 7th. He can actually get within a mark of Rick Schaefer going toward the end of match number 1. Meanwhile, Dennis dropped out to do a score correction on Van Vasquez. Meanwhile, Frankie Trevino doubles. So I didn't catch that one, Dennis. Good job. And Mr. Poole
needs a little help. Oh, no, he's doing really well.
Oop, little white. Rick Schaefer leaves a 2-pin. And Frank Trevino looks like he's getting in control. Meanwhile, Jason Poole throws a 4-bagger at Mike Vasquez. So I don't know if Mike's going to get the opportunity to face his dad or if even Van's going to have the opportunity to face Mike. They're both down in their respective matches. And again, this regional pattern that we put out was 43 feet. A little bit of a tower in the middle with about 28, almost 28 units. But we're going to have to tweak that a little bit and make it a little bit more level, not flat, but take that hi-hat out of the middle there.
That little ridge. They give it like a ridge, something to ride and come off up and flow to the pocket.
Yeah, because you can tug it and it'll sit, or you can wheel it and it'll come back. So the better player has the definite advantage on a pattern like that, so we want to try to make it as fair as possible. So we will operate on that pattern this week, and you'll see the results of that next week at Western. Now, for those of you who want to get involved with the Amateur Bowlers Tour again, and you can bowl that regional, but you must bowl next week at Western to be eligible. So if you're brand new to the Amateur Bowlers Tour, get to Western Bowl, 10,000 Ralston Road in Arvada, either next Saturday or Sunday. And then for those of you out there that were a member, but for whatever reason have let your membership lapse, you can still participate, and you can do it right at the regional tournament site, which will be at Brunswick Zone, Wheat Ridge, I-70 and Kipling. So there's still time for a lot of you to get involved. And again, we've been fortunate enough to have National Director Myron Mitchell give us 2 of these regionals, this one in 2 weeks, and then once again the April regional will be at Arapahoe Bowling Center in Greenwood Village. So a lot of good bowling coming up. Don't miss out on the opportunity to take advantage of that.
Good money as well.
Yeah, real good money. As the Pope will testify.
Yes.
Winning the first one at Arapahoe last April.
Mike got himself in some trouble. Had a little baby split there he missed.
Yeah, that match is pretty much a done deal. But we are talking about Jason Poole, so.
Yeah, don't leave him a single pin.
Frankie Trevino trying to hang in there. Oop, went through the face. Yep. 6, 7, 10. There's a glimmer of hope for Van here. Meanwhile, Lawrence Marquez on 21. Comes back with a nice strike. The best Lawrence can do is 200 even scratch. And Ricky right now is on a 204 pace. So Lawrence has to at least double just to force Ricky to mark. Otherwise, Rick Schaefer is going to advance. Okay, Frankie gets his 2. So he's got 153 in the 8th. He's still up 30-some pins over Van, so still a comfortable lead. And Lawrence, yep, gets that double. One. So he has forced Rick Schaefer to mark in the 10th.
And Poole just sealed his
Jason,
match.
Yep. Jason with now probably a 5-bagger. He can shoot 260 against Mike's 204 if he shoots it.
Frankie throws another split.
Uh-oh. Well, he's going to make it interesting, but
yeah. Guess he wants a challenge. All right, Lawrence finishes up with the 199 scratch, giving him 208 with handicap. Oh.
Will it come back?
Nope. No.
Okay, let's see if Ricky can close this out here. Lofted it a little bit. And will he leave it 10?
Finish for the strike.
Oh, he teeted the 10 out to defeat Lawrence Marquez. So Lawrence will go home tied for $625.
Well, Poole grabs out another bowling ball just to test the waters.
Which is very, very smart to do. See what else he's got out there.
And there's the 10 pin for Schaefer. And he puts it in the pocket.
260 for Jason Poole. Explodes out of the gate. 283 with handicap, easily defeating Mike Vasquez out of Wheat Ridge. So Jason Poole is going to move on. And Rick Schaefer with his 213 and 9 for 222. He's going to move on. So now realistically, we're looking at Frankie and Van here. And Van makes a spare. Best he can do is 159. And Frankie's already got 162. So Frank Trevino is going to advance. And Van Vasquez will go home tie for 6th, also 125. Okay, little break. 158 for Van. 196 with handicap.
All right.
Nope, dropped that one off his hand, but it's 9, just leaves the 3 pin.
doesn't need to cover it or anything.
He's in command.
Yeah. Frankie sets up to take his last shot. Gets through that one, pushes it. Let's see, it quite get back, but 6 count.
178 and 37, 215. So there you have it, folks. Round 1. We now have 5 bowlers left. You're going to see 4 of them on round 2. So we're just going to step aside here for a moment for editing purposes. Again, you're watching the Amateur Bowlers Tour here at Holiday Lanes in Lakewood, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Sorsa with Colorman, chuckle, Dennis Glover.
Why do
Although
I do this?
my floor director got a promotion, I don't get to see him during the weekends much. He happened to hang around this week, and with Nolan legally intoxicated by this point at his house, it's a good idea to bring in Dennis to give me some of his insights. You're watching brother-in-law, Steve Ross Kelly Jr., taking on Jason Poole. Steve, our second-seeded player, and then Rick Schaefer taking on our newcomer, Frankie Trevino. So a little bit of a handicap disparagement on this match. You got Steven giving Jason 9 pins and Rick Schaefer giving Frankie Trevino 28. So then the 2 winners of these matches will bowl each other. And then the last man standing, so to speak, takes on our tournament leader, Frank Caccioni out of Castle Rock. So, Steven leaks one, leaves the 6 out of the 6-10. Gives Jason a golden opportunity to start.
If he comes out the door like he did last game, it's unbelievable.
It could be over early.
Right. Yeah, but I want to take a moment, speaking of Jason, and go, yes, Leanne, you are absolutely correct. I am not Nolan.
Thank God for that. I don't know if we could handle 2 Nolans.
No.
But we couldn't handle 2 of you either, so it didn't matter.
Well, at least with Nolan, you got a sober second, and with me, you'll get the drunk second. I don't know what's worse.
Well, drunk is such a strong word.
Intoxicated.
I would like to call it alcohol enthusiasm.
Okay. Now it explains why he has to write everything down and keeps the score and does the numbers. And
he spends too much time on that pick the click thing. He should just let it fly. He gets real scientific about that stuff.
Well, he put a lot of time in it.
All right, Frankie crosses over, gets a strike, so he's got spare strike through 2. Rick Schaefer working on a strike in the first, and both of our bowlers on 23 and 24 left spares. Steve chops his, and Jason going for the bucket.
Oh, that don't look too good.
And he chops it. So both bowlers with 9 in the first.
So much love out there.
Absolutely.
Now, let's see if Poole can put it back together here.
Yeah. All 5 remaining bowlers are now in Megapod. So the 2 bowlers that don't advance today through this round will each get $345. And then we move up to 565, 1,081, and our champion today at 2,061. So good money from this point going forward. It looked like Jason really didn't like that ball, but it sat real sweet there and high flush. Steve Roskelley, affectionately known to all of us as Roadkill.
You know, I've been asked plenty of times, how did he acquire that name? And I just have to look at people and go, you know, I mean, it was before I even joined myself.
It was.
And, you know, and I joined back in '93, and he's had that name ever since. Look at this. Comes up. Kills the pocket on that for Roskelley. Roadkill. Shaver goes double 7 count, and he covers the spare.
Okay. So he's picked up some of that handicap advantage away from Frankie. He'll be ahead 7 scratch, but still down 21. Yeah, I think how Steven got his name, from what I can recall, the gentleman I replaced as the ABT director in the Denver branch, Lloyd Brown, I think he had a hard time pronouncing his name, and somehow Roskelley twisted came out something close to Roadkill. And when somebody heard it, they started laughing. They said, Did he say Roadkill? And it was born at that point.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Oh, yeah.
He flagged.
Oh, he did it again.
6-pin, yeah.
Exact same thing he did the first time. That's not good. Normally, I'd no.
Spare shooting is his game.
It is, and normally you would see, unfortunately, Jason do that, not so much Steven do that.
That is true.
Meanwhile, Frank Trevino, and he licked a leak, and that ball goes in the ditch. So both bowlers have been finding the out of bounds down the lane and to the extreme right of the lane. Now Jason can jump on this big time if he can double.
Well, he pulls that one a little tight.
And
it works. It helps.
So he's now up 20 pins with the handicap difference and can go up to 40 because of the open by Steve Roskelley if he can throw another one. So this match could change quickly. Frankie crossed over and carries.
See if he sees that.
Yeah, he's got 48 in the third, strike in the fourth. And Ricky technically 67 in the third. So he's now only down 9. Nice shot by Jason. Here we go. Steven's got to get on board quickly here because he's letting Jason relax. And when that arm swing relaxes, it's extremely powerful and accurate. That looked pretty good off of Rick Schaefer's hand, but came up a little light, leaving it 2-8.
And
nice shot. All right.
Great shot.
Well, he struck both times on that lane, Dennis, but lane 23 seems to be driving him crazy right now.
It just seems from the angle that he's playing that it's maybe a tad of a dry spot down in the ball, just jumping on the end for him.
Yeah, you got a better look at it. I'm looking at a steel I-beam. Hard for me to get around it.
Well, it looks like he's moved up on the approach some.
Hey, frame 5, Steve Roskelley.
But
he didn't like it. No, he didn't like it.
He got outside and just sat out there.
Yep. So he leaves himself the 1-2. Meanwhile, Rick Schaefer throwing his 5th frame on lane 25, strikes.
All righty.
So he's got double spare strike, 85 in the 4th. Now Frankie can add to that lead actually with a double here with his handicap advantage. All right, Steven finally gets a mark barely on lane 23. Giving him like 57 in the 4th.
Might have gotten an idea off that spare shot.
Hopefully. All right, frame 5 for Frank Trevino. Crosses over but leaves the 6, 9, 10. And again, at this corner, when the ball tends to want to skid, this spare is not as easy as it appears. And it looks like that 6 pin's a little offset on that 6, 9, 10. Ooh, high. Fast 8-4-7 for Jason Poole.
He's asking if that was a fast 8, and everybody's looking at him going, that's a slow one.
Frankie only takes out the 10 pin, so he's got 74 in the 5th. Rick Schaefer, just with a spare, goes to 105. That's 31 pins, and that's a 3-pin lead. And he could take a 13-pin advantage with a double. We're listening to the peanut gallery behind us having a good time.
And some of the things these guys say are just...
And you wonder why we do this on a weekly basis, and now you know why.
Frankie crosses over again on lane 25 for a strike.
I think he's done it 3 times on that lane.
That's every shot.
Okay.
And there's Poole.
Yep. Ooh, that was high.
And he lost his eye look that he had there.
Okay. 106 in the 5th. He's up 38, though.
And he covered one spare. Let's see if he gets this one.
Ooh, couldn't get the 7-pin to go out on that mixer.
Look at this. Poole with another spare. 10-pin even.
That's scary. All right. Steven down 30-some pins. He's got to rock and roll here. Meanwhile, Rick Schaefer, he makes his spare, will be up by 3. Or actually 2. No, 3.
3.
And makes it. Okay. He's going, yeah, okay, fine.
Just got there.
All right, so we're looking at a 3-pin lead over there with 4 frames to go. And Steven in trouble. Yeah. He's got to get going.
Messenger dives into the pit.
Messenger dives into the pit before getting to the 10. And again, light mixer can't take out the 7. Steven, all right, converts a 10-pin, but he's got 4 frames to go, folks, and he's got to start stringing or he's going to run out of real estate.
Down by 40. Oh, using all the lane.
Yep.
It gets there.
Okay, 124 and a 6 for Rick Schaefer with a spare in a 7th. 3-pin lead, but now a double whip by Frank Trevino can turn it around and make it a 7-pin lead for his advantage. And Steven, there we go. All right. So he's got 96 and a 6 with a strike, which he desperately needed. Now he's got to put something together.
And put, find lane 24 again, which he did have.
And hope that Jason Poole comes back to form and gives him 1 or 2 opens or open possibilities.
Some type of opportunity.
Yep. Meanwhile, Frank did not double, so Rick has that 3-pin advantage still, but he leaves the 2-5. All right, he gets his mixer to go, which he can't believe, actually. 126 in the 6th with a strike in the 7th.
Yeah, just say thank you and move on.
Really? Yeah. 39-pin lead, can take it to 49 with a double. Oh, and Frank Trevino chops the 2 off the 2-5.
I think he's losing it, but he's going to come back over here on 25 and cross over and carry that Brooklyn.
Yeah.
If it's working there, jump on the other lane and try.
Do it.
I know a lot of people say, going Brooklyn is cheating or whatever it may be, but it's not how good you look doing this. No, it's how, at the end of the day, it's how big of a check did you bring home?
That's it.
And why am I sitting and watching you bowl?
Exactly. All right, Jason Poole does get the double to take a 49-pin lead. And Frank Trevino trying to get back in the match here.
Oh.
Went through the face, leaves a 6-10.
Okay, you need
So
to double up here, Roscoe.
Rick Schaefer now has a 14-pin lead through 7. And Steven in deep doo-doo.
Looks good.
And it was.
With
There we
power.
go. All right, gets those 10 back. Still down 39. Can cut it to 29 with one here in the 9th. Setting himself up for the 10th. Giving himself the slimmest of chances, but anything can happen. Oh, and Frankie leaks it again. And
Twice.
Yep.
Same spare. Tosses 10 right off it.
111 in the 8th would open. And Rick Schaefer can just get dialed in here and execute. He'll be fine. Nice ball. Boy, he needed that. So now the lead is down to 29, but he's on a 3-bagger. Jason Poole on a double, and he's going to finish first. He can actually go 246 and lock out Steven.
What's that mean?
Rick Schaefer, meanwhile, goes spare strike. He's got 144 and a 7th strike in the 8th. So he's up comfortable 20-some pins because he had a spot Frank 28. Big ball. Big ball. Leads back up to 39, and he's going into the 10th. I think the first one here, Dennis, pretty much does it.
It'll lock him out.
Yep.
Yeah. 220. Yeah, what, 230 for Steve?
256. He can go 216, I believe. And if that's the case, Jason's in complete control.
Yeah.
All right, Rick Schaefer did get a double, and that match is pretty much over.
And only 2 frames to go there.
Yep.
Ooh.
Through the face, 467.
That just might have really opened
We'll
the
see.
door.
If he gets 2, he'll have 211 plus 23 for 234.
Oh, no. Best Steven could do with handicap is 230.
Okay.
Just enough. No tie.
Thank you. All right, so Jason finishes with 211 and 23, 234.
I would love to say that in my bank account too.
Nope.
Found
Too
it just a
too
little
late.
bit. Yeah, just
Yep.
a little late. I don't know what Frankie's doing over here.
Best he can do is 161, 198. Ricky's got it in. It's in hand.
Nah.
So Frank Trevino's going to go home tied for 4th, but not bad for his first appearance ever in an ABT event. He's going to take home $345. And now we're down to 2 bowlers.
And the 7 does not go.
Going to shoot 205. Not enough, though. Okay. Gets a spare. So Frank Trevino can shoot 150 and 37 for 187. And now we're down to 3 bowlers. Rick Schaefer, Jason Poole, and Frank Giccioni are tournament leader. All right, Steven, 205 and 14 for 219. Let's see, Frankie. All right, he
Stacks it
finally
up.
throws the best ball and the fill ball in the 10th. 150 and 37. And both of those bowlers are going to go home with $345. So great job, guys. There we go. Good ball for Rick Schaefer, finishing up. He can go 234 and 9 for 243. So right now, Frank Caccioni's got to feel pretty confident. The most pins he's going to spot anybody would be if he meets Jason Poole, and that would be 16. Other than that, if he meets Rick Schaefer, we're talking about 2 pins. Excellent shot by Rick Schaefer. So he's going to be in the 230s. Oh, leaves a bucket for 230. Yep. For 239 with handicap. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our semifinal match is going to feature Rick Schaefer of Arvada against Jason Poole of Littleton. You'll see that match in just a moment. We're going to step aside for some editing purposes. Again, you're watching the Amateur Bowlers Tour here at Holiday Lanes in Lakewood, Colorado. Don't go anywhere.
Be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick Lasorsa, Dennis Glover back here at Holiday Lanes in Lakewood, Colorado. This is our semifinal match in our top 8 format, and it's going to feature our 2nd seed Rick Schaefer out of Arvada up against our 6th seed Jason Poole out of Littleton. And the winner of this match is going to take on Frank Caccioni, our tournament leader out of Castle Rock. So Rick Schaefer going to spot Jason Poole 14 pins. And I would say, really, Dennis, as much as Jason looks locked in, I think Rick's going to have to get out a pretty fast start here, put some heat on.
Oh, yeah, there's no question about it. And that's the worst thing he could have done right there. Big
rockets right through the face, 4, 6, 7.
I noticed that he drifted. He moved for his setup. He jumped left, further left than what he was playing on the other pair.
And it's still hooked.
That ball just jumped right up on him.
Wow. All right, get 2. Yep. Yep, if you're going to open, like we say all the time, first frame's the place to do it. Yeah. All right, so he's got 9 in the first.
It's still tough to come back from.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if Poole, keeps his look that he had. I mean,
yeah, you can jump out to a 25-pin lead just with a mark here. As good as Jason's throwing the ball, that could be a little bit of too much of a mountain to overtake, because the scores have been excellent today. So, but as you know, every game things happen. So
things change.
Frame number 1,
and
great
there
shot.
He is.
There he goes.
Nice off the hand.
He's got to do this. Yeah. He knows who he's bowling. He wants to get off to a fast start.
Yeah, and if he's smart, I know that sounds. He'll forget all that. Just forget all that.
Just
all
bowl.
you got to, all you
That's
do is
right.
just bowl.
Absolutely
You got
right.
your line, you got your look, and you just get through your shot and follow through. Let the ball finish it. You are huge.
Meanwhile, Frank Caccioni getting prepared here. He's going to start getting loose. His hand is actually killing him. He's trying to pace himself, not throw too many shots, but eventually he's going to have to do that. Ooh, comes up late for a double. And Ricky's worst fears have been realized. Open in the first frame, his opponent doubles with a 14-pin advantage in handicap.
Once again, you got to put that to the side.
Yep.
And
He's
just
down
get
35.
into your game.
After one frame, he's down 35. So he's got to get refocused and rock and roll.
Looks good.
And it is. Great shot. All right. That's what you want to do.
A little work to do, but he's in it.
And the weather in Denver continues to be incredible. That's all I can say. Incredible.
I don't even want to jinx it. It's been so nice.
60, 70 degrees through November 6th. Unbelievable.
Even when I get up to go to work, it is still just nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
It's 45 degrees.
It's crisp, but it's
It's enough to
crisp
wake you
would
up.
not,
And
yeah.
there
Well-
you go. There's a double for
What we're getting up for in the morning right now is what the high would be.
Yes, yes.
All right, Rick Schaefer comes back with a double, and he needed every bit of it.
I can't begin to tell you how many times I've gotten up to go to work and it is minus 10,
No.
minus 11.
Yep.
Midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and then you just run out, start the truck, and run back in. Wait for that sucker to heat up before you get out of there. But yeah, through next week, it'll drop a little bit. They're talking low 60s, but still, we're talking second week in November here,
Exactly.
folks. Crazy.
Uh-oh, that's a little tight.
Yep. Oh boy. Here we go. Now his major malfunction is going to be in the third frame, which is going to have more of an impact on his score than Rick Schaefer's impact in frame number one.
Yeah, with Ricky.
Because Rick can still shoot 279.
Right. Ricky just builds on top of what he opened. Now he's got to create something. Well, Poole has to look at this.
And he's only going to get one. That
Count.
costs him two.
Count people.
Yep, got to get count. So he's got 50 in the third.
It's total pinfall. Pin.
He's still up. He's still up, but it's only 5 pins now. He went from being up 35, now he's up 5, and Rick is right back in the ball game.
And this shot is just as tight. Oh, gets
got
a
a break.
really big break
Got a
there.
break.
Wow. Yeah, he knows it too. You can see that right on his
Facial
face.
expression, yeah,
Yes.
tells it all.
Yeah.
The scary part about Jason, though, is he does talk to himself on occasion, but he gets answers, and that bothers me.
Well, that's the part that bothers me. I mean, because we all, as bowlers, we all talk to ourselves. We throw it out there. We know what we're talking to ourselves about. But it's when you respond and answer your own questions, that's when I have to step back and go, enjoy yourself. And Ricky winds up. He
got a huge break.
Gets away with the one, and
I'd look exactly the same thing that happened to Jason on that lane.
Exactly.
So if he does convert this, he'll be down only 7. No problem. All right. So 57 in the third, spare in the fourth for Rick Schaefer. Meanwhile, Jason Poole open in the third with 50, strike in the fourth, and a 14-pin handicap advantage.
And it just shows the proof that you have to be aware. You have to pay attention to what your ball movement is. If you watch your ball will tell you the things you need to do.
Yep.
Not just watching your mark, but watch what your ball's doing down the lane.
As all you coaches will tell you out there, the ball will tell you a story. Listen and watch. That was a great shot. Good comeback. 57 in the fourth with a strike, or 77 in the fourth with a strike. So now it's within a mark. So now we got a ball game. Both bowlers with key errors, and we're pretty much a scratch match with some handicap.
Well, Poole can pull out a double here. It does give himself a little room.
Yeah. He'll be able to take a 17-pin lead as opposed to 7. But Ricky can come right back and respond. So, again, it's early. We're only in frame 5. Nice shot.
No
hits
love.
the 9-pin twice and can't get it down. Unbelievable. Now he's got to stay focused and not whiff this thing.
Yeah, but you see the wheels turning already. Just in the facial expression.
Yep. Stay focused.
And he's using a strike ball here. And can he lay it flat enough? I know he can throw it hard enough.
Yeah, that's a fact. Good job. Okay, very good. All right, 70 in the fourth, spare in the fifth. Down 7 scratch, so he's up 7 with the handicap difference. So, again, close match, halfway through our semifinal match. The loser of this match is going to take home $565, and then second place today, $1,081, and our champion, $2,061. And next week at Western Bowl, it'll be over $2,100.
There we go again.
Nice.
Oh, he threw that one just a bit harder to hold it.
I was just going to say, instead of making an adjustment with feet or hand position, he just wound up and said, I'm going to get this ball through the mid part of the lane and get it to where it'll finish. And he did. Now Rick Schaefer can take a 3-pin lead if he can double.
Got a little wide. Got a little wide.
No, he can't get the 2-pin to fall forward. All right.
Wow. I mean, this is a good match watching these two bowlers go at it.
Absolutely.
Just for most of you, we still got one more guy to go. And and if you're a Denver person, I mean, Greg Guccione is just a tremendous bowler. And, all right, Ricky covers the sport of spirit there. Still keeping a very close match.
Yep. Only down 7. Ooh. Nice.
All
right, good shot. Gives him 117 and a 6 with a strike up and a 7. I'm watching Frankie on the end pair warming up, and he looks like he's in a lot of pain. His hand's got to be hurting him big time. Did a lot of bowling yesterday and a lot of bowling today. So
that's what he was saying. I get it. When you're out there and you're touring, you got to bowl. You got bowl. You're going to bowl games. You're going to bowl games. But when you're not out there, there you go. There you go. Got a
light double. 17-pin lead now.
But when you're not out on the tour, do you need to bowl that much?
Well, and Frankie hasn't been on a tour in years, but it's the fact that he works with his hands. And, you do that rigorously through 5 days a week, and then maybe in between bowling some leagues at night and then bowling tournaments on the weekends. Yeah, we're not spring chickens anymore.
No. And I worked with
yeah, that's right. You did work with Frank, yep.
And, some of that work is just no fun. One job, wait a minute now. What Poole's doing, and that hole he set really in there.
There he goes.
Got away with that. A tremendous hit there.
All right, Ricky's got to respond and stay close.
And I got to do this to you. During the break, as I was moving around, taking care of something, I'm listening, and someone mentioned their pick to click.
Of course.
And they said, it's 10-pin waves at you and says, not today.
That hurts.
And they're saying it's going to be between Poole and Frankie.
Well, at this point, you have to agree with them. The best Rick Schaefer can do now is, let's see, 37, 217 scratch, 226 with handicap, and Jason's at 120 and a 6 with a double. Jason would have to open minimum one of the last 2 frames, give Rick a chance even if he punches. So not a lot of room left.
No. Watching Rick bowl here, I mean, he is just outside of the left-hand gutter when he's lined up here.
Nice.
Tremendous shot.
Ball. He's got a good look on the left lane, Dennis.
Yeah, well, he's got, in my opinion, he's got a lot of room to move.
Well, of course.
He doesn't have to,
ball return limits you on the right lane, of course.
Exactly. When you're young like Poole and you got that, you got that upright stance. the chest is truly facing the pins the whole time, and he can really rip the cover off a ball and get it down the lane.
Yeah, he can really muscle it. All right, this is a big frame here. This is going to decide it realistically, folks.
Got a little wide. Oh.
And can't come up quite, take out the 4. All right. 69. Now, the best he can do is 219 scratch to Rick's 216 scratch. But again, Jason with a 16-pin advantage. So he's going to have to muff one of the last 2 frames for Ricky to have a shot.
And we all know, that is not unaccustomed for Poole to do.
Unfortunately. Yes, unfortunately. So his big thing is he's got to stay focused.
And he's got the spare covered.
Yep. All right. 169 in the 8th, spare in the 9th. Again, he can shoot 219. If he doubles here in the 10th, it's over. So, and actually, even a mark would give him 232 to Rick's 220 something. So any mark will win this match for Jason Poole.
And that's a tight. It holds.
There's another 4-pin. And that gives him 220. So now, if he does not make this and Rick strikes out, Rick can win.
Yes. And he shuts that notion right out the door.
Yep,
All
excellent
righty.
spare. So with a strike, he'll shoot 231 with handicap, and that'll be enough. So it looks like Rick Schaefer's going to go in 3rd place today. With 10% of the Megapod, he's going to take home $565. Great weekend for Rick Schaefer.
Not a bad weekend at all. Little bowling, big check. And you can see Poole knew it right off the back and got through that shot tremendously. He was very much so relaxed. His shoulders were there, and he just came up through the shot. Beautiful.
Yep. And for those of you that were thinking about a pick to click, even though it's late, honestly, Dennis, you got to like Jason's chances. He's bowled 3 matches. Frankie's sore, and he hasn't been on his pair yet.
Well, also, I have to look at you and go, and you've watched me do this, being sore, being hurt, sick. You do tremendous things when you're in that situation. You really can. The flu with the 104 temperature, the dislocated knee, there have been times.
All right, Rick Schaefer, 193 and 9 for 202. Not enough. Jason Poole shoots 231 with handicap, so our championship match today is going to feature Jason Poole of Littleton and Frank Ciccione of Castle Rock. You're going to see that match in just a moment. We're going to step aside for editing purposes. Again, you're watching the Amateur Bowlers Tour here at Holiday Lanes, Lakewood, Colorado. Come on back.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for our championship match here at Holiday Lanes in Lakewood, and we got 2 characters here. This is going to be fun. You get Jason Poole against our tournament leader, Frank Ciccione. Frank has elected to have Jason lead the match. And they've already shook hands and hugged, and now it's time to get it on. Look at these guys. All right.
It's a wild one.
He's spotting Jason's 16.
Frank, you should tip to the kickoffs about to rock the game. Shopping bowl.
Oh, God. These 2 guys are complete comedians.
Invest in them hats. Get them all shut up and bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
And he starts where he finished.
Oh, he did. 4, 6, 7. There we go. Well,
All right.
okay, we got 7 and 2 for 9 on frame 1. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Okay, now we're ready for frame 1 for Frank Caccioni. Jason unfortunately opened with a 4.67. So that 16-pin handicap advantage is just about gone. And you don't want to do that against this gentleman. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen. Nice roll on the ball. Great shot.
Got me doing double duty here.
Yeah, I know.
You have to make Nolan do that now. See if you can get him out of the chair.
Nolan's too old. He can't do that.
All right, so Frankie's gone to make
Now,
up the difference.
those of you that have seen Frank bowl on TV and on, he was 18 years old when we used to televise amateur championship bowling for Nick Marchetti. And he was 18 years old and just absolutely ripped the cover off the ball. He can actually do that, but he's calmed his game down a lot, more accurate, puts a lot more emphasis on roll, and he's just as good. So he starts off with a double. Takes a 5-pin lead right out of the gate. So there goes that handicap for Mr. Poole. Now he's got to face Frank Caccioni scratch. Okay, frame number 2.
Got it out.
Likes it. Ooh, just a little high. Now isn't that like the 3rd consecutive 4-pin we've seen from him?
Yes.
Again, stay focused, make the spare. Again, the winner today, 2061. Second place today, 1,081. So basically a $1,000 pot game.
Pot games.
Yeah, they've had a few.
Oh yeah, I've seen a few of them.
Not for $1,000, but
No, but still, when you sit there and you watch guys throw down $100 bills, and it's
Oh,
like, you crazy?
yeah.
I didn't want to get upset. That's tighter. Holds. Beautiful.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Nice shot. All right. Back on the strike train. 29 in the second. Try and hang in there. Frank out of Castle Rock. And he did work with you and Parker for a while, and now he's, I believe he's doing concrete.
I think it's concrete.
Driving
Truck.
a concrete truck. Mm-hmm. They're doing that big redevelopment for the city of Castle Rock right now, and that shopping center they're doing down there.
Yes.
Nice ball.
Turkey.
Front 3.
Yeah, we were installing appliances, delivering and installing appliances.
And you did industrial stuff too, right?
Oh, yes. The big
mamas.
The big, heavy
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I remember one time Frankie was messing with me, and I'm on a 2-wheel dolly moving an 800-pound refrigerator by myself, and he's just walking up behind me. Hey, Dennis, poking me. Hey, Dennis. Man, I'm going to drop this right on you.
Oh, what a break. Oh, what a break.
And he just hit the, that ridge right through the middle of the lane. That it just held. Just sat there and held. Jason's done it a couple of times himself.
What is he doing?
You're asking. This is Poole. I think he saw something off a Frankie shot.
Yep, because he
Oh,
went immediately.
you know what? He just went down and grabbed one of Frank's bowling balls.
I didn't make the cut with your shit.
Well, what he said is that last night he
qualified with
Used
Frank's
Frankie's
equipment.
because he went and bowled something with his mom,
Right.
and his equipment was in his mom's vehicle. So
Right.
when he got here, he realized he didn't have his stuff.
And Frank was gracious enough to let him use his stuff.
Exactly.
So now that Frank's got the front four at him, he goes, you know what? I'm going to go grab your stuff.
I'm gonna beat you with your own stuff.
There we go.
And look at that. You ought to charge him like half his price. Oh, don't blind the people at home, please. We got to rewrite balance.
This is too funny. Frank up 15. Jason can cut it to 5 with Frank's equipment.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Was that the 6-7?
Horrible shot.
You got to make them ugly, Sometimes you hit that pocket flush, and we all know what happens, anywhere from a pocket 7-10 to any garbage possible. But he just got lucky.
Oh, God. Nothing like comedy hour at the old bowling center.
Probably looked like a damn zombie on that shit.
All right, frame 5 for Frank Gaccioni, working on the front 4.
If I had realized, I would have brought my wireless mics. We could have wired the two of them
Oh
up.
my God.
I don't think the people out there
No.
could handle that.
Little soft.
3,
couldn't-
4, 6, 7.
I don't know if it'd get in the way with their bowling, but
Yeah.
we could wire them up.
We'll have to try that one time, though.
Not with
Real
these two,
interesting.
though.
No. Someone a little tamer like me. All right, we got a ball coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there
Wouldn't it be
is.
funny if he uses Jason's stuff?
Yeah. There you go. Grab a spare ball now. Throw it at 90 miles an hour.
I don't think he does that a lot anymore, to be honest with you.
But I tell you what, I seen oh, that's a little bit inside. Off the wall? No love.
Well, he gets 2 out of the 4. So now he's at 112 in the 5th, 119 with handicap, 112. So now he's down probably 18 to 20 pins on that one shot.
Yeah, well, Poole continues using his equipment. Yeah, he will be.
All right, frame 6. Get that split out of your mind and go back to executing your shot.
Look at that.
Did he carry it?
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Okay.
1, 2,
Didn't know
3,
if he
4,
left a 10 or what.
Was that 6th arrow he's using?
Almost.
It's amazing to watch guys who can get that deep
And
to
still play it that
Yes.
soft and depend on the roll of the ball.
Exactly. Well, not dependent. Just let the ball go.
Yeah.
Let the ball do. You pay $200 for a bowling ball. Let the ball do the work.
Let the ball do what it's designed to do.
Exactly.
A lot of guys will get that deep and think they got to force the ball through the mid part of the lane. It defeats purpose. All right, frame 6 for Jason Poole. And he
gets
kicks
the
that
7.
7 out. I think he's going to call Jason probably 50% of his check.
Well, I'd charge him at least that much. He's going to use my bowling ball at me.
It's up 23. Can increase it to 33 with another strike.
It's been a while for Poole winning a title,
Yes, it
hasn't it?
has. And actually, it's been a while for Frank, too. But obviously, Frank doesn't bowl as regular as Jason does.
Yes.
But it's been a while for both of them.
And wow.
Wow. Now I think you got to charge him like $1,000 for that bowling ball.
Yeah, something minimal. Just around that number is not a bad number.
Yeah, nice
You're
round number.
going to run to my bag and grab my equipment to bowl against me and beat me? You'd be lucky to see your checks.
I'm sure that's going through Frank's mind right now.
How much to charge him?
Exactly. He can still shoot 262 scratch. This game is far from over. Yeah, will it hold?
Yes,
Nice.
it does.
Nice shot.
Gets the 7 out of there.
Beautiful roll.
That hand has just got to be killing him.
Yeah. You would never know it, though, watching him bowl. Very smooth. Everything's right. Nothing forced.
Well, I mean, how many times as a youngster growing up has your father looked at you and said, hey, suck it up for 30 seconds? Or, and you know, just you hold your breath, you squeeze, and you go.
Yep.
Oh, you got that a little wide. And
he likes it. Here we go.
I don't know if you folks at home can hear that or not, but these guys are something else.
Oh, my God. He says, do you want to play? Let's play. I love it. Here we go.
Oh.
And
he's going to play. He's going to play. He's looking for him.
Oh, this is too funny.
Scott, we're going to have to start charging people to watch this. Yeah.
This is a typical pot game match, I swear to God. These two guys just mentally messing with each other. Right
Little
and left.
inside,
Ooh.
and crosses over for a two.
Okay.
A 3-pin.
All right, 178 in the seventh, 198 in the eighth. If he converts a spare, he can still shoot 248 scratch. Frank can shoot 262 scratch. So again, it's just going to come down to who can keep carrying. All right, makes the 3-pin. All right, here we go. He's got Frank Jack now. This is cool. The focus has gotten very, very intense. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to amp my opponent up.
No.
And especially when you're dealing with an opponent such as Frankie. Yeah, he doesn't need any help.
No. He's got all the talent in the world. Give him a reason to come get you. Nice. Nice shot. We got ourselves a ball game, folks. Got ourselves a ball game.
What, 260?
We're within pins now. And he's going to finish first. He's going to put the ultimate pressure on Jason. You can bet on it. First frame of the 10th frame. Oh!
Close. Talk about, you always hear me saying the uglier the better. And that has got to have been one of the most sloppiest strikes I've ever seen Frank throw.
Well, he's at 250. But because of that 16-pin difference in handicap, he really needs this one to force Jason to double in the 10th. He liked it. He liked it.
Right off the hand. I don't even think he got it to the arrows before he's screaming.
Oh, he knew it. So with a strike here, he's going to shoot 269. Now, if Jason goes double 9, he's a winner. If Frank strikes here on his fill ball.
I'm not going to question if.
There you go.
Yes, that's it.
There you go.
No, Pool, I'm still sitting back here watching in full racks there.
He's got to go double 9 for the win. This match is not over.
61, yeah.
He can go 271, 269.
Ooh, it's a little tight.
There's
it
one.
Carries. And, and look at this. This is there's no sweat beads. There's no question.
No.
He's just relaxed and and just getting
And
through his
execute
shot.
your shot.
Yes.
Yep.
Stop watching the football game.
The This is a $1,000 shot right here.
Oh, got it wider. Got it wider.
And he carries
it.
Now he needs 9 for the win.
Okay, so I know you're watching, Leanne. What gift are you going to buy yourself?
This is for all the marbles, folks.
Okay, where's
8, we got a tie. 9 or better. Jason Poole is your champion.
pocket 710? No.
There it is.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic match. Jason Poole wins. Both bowlers strike out. He wins 271, 269, and one of the greatest matches we've had here in quite some time.
Unbelievable.
Just a great job. It all goes to show you Frank Ciccione knows how to drill equipment. And when we come back, hopefully we'll have some time and we can yak at both of these guys. But that was a great match, ladies and gentlemen. Come on back and let's talk to our 2 finalists. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Sorsa, Dennis Glover, and our champion, and probably one of the most exciting finals matches we ever had. Jason Poole, and Jason told us at the break it's the first time we've ever had him on internet TV, and now I know why our ratings are so good. This guy's he's a nut. But I'll tell you what a great match. And the funny part was these two guys obviously bowled together and against each other forever. And how do you beat a guy that throws 11 strikes at you?
Well, not to say, bad bowling or anything. You do have a little help, just a little help,
Just
and,
a little,
and,
yeah.
and handicap.
Got some handicap,
but
yeah.
you stay close.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You don't have to be as good or as great or as phenomenal. You just got to stay clean and stay close.
But the coolest part was both of you did everything you possibly could have done at the end of the match.
Oh, yeah.
Frankie throws the last 6. You punch out, and you needed double 9 to win. You knew that going up. And
No, actually, I didn't. Keith goes, dude, you need to strike out. I was like, well, I don't like that chance.
you both of you threw great shots, and a couple of you got a couple breaks. Frankie got some breaks on 23, and you got a couple breaks. But I tell you what, that was fun. That was a kick. That was
I
a
can tell you
kick butt
this.
match.
I would have never made it here if Frank doesn't let me use my equipment or his equipment last
sure.
night.
Yeah, we talked about it when you were on your match. That you got here and you bowled with your mom and left your equipment in her car. So you get here to qualify, and you look around going, oh, my God, I don't
I
know
thought
my
my
equipment.
stuff was stolen.
Yeah.
Told Keith, I was like, dude, my
And
stuff was stolen.
Frank was
He goes,
here getting ready to bowl last squad, and Frank, of course, always carries a bunch of stuff, and you just happen to get in something that you liked. And what was that?
It was crazy.
Was it the same ball that you used to qualify with last
No.
night?
I used his crux and his high wire and then Keith's spare ball because he doesn't believe in a spare ball.
Well, duh. When you can throw it 8,000 miles an hour in the line.
And then I decided to bring my equipment and struggled the first game just because I was amped up because I was excited I made it.
Oh, yeah.
And then the second, third game I calmed down and then we battled through a bunch of matches.
Yeah, you had to go through 4 matches to win. So what title number is that for you now?
Let's see. I don't know. What's that number say?
Because I know it's been a while.
That just says
It just says
champion.
Masters
I
champion.
have 5 Classic, and this has been my 4th Master.
Okay, so 9 overall titles.
9.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's not bad, considering are you 30 yet?
32.
Oh, my
4
God.
years
You're
since
an
I've
old
been
man.
on
He's
the
Wow,
title.
he's
Yeah.
an old man. 32. Jesus, how time flies. And really, he owes his life to me. Because like
'Cause
I
he didn't
told
kill
him,
me
when I first took
when I
over
was a
ABT,
kid.
he was in his grandfather's pro shop, and I said, who is this kid, and can I kill him? Because he was a ball of energy. I had visions of sticking you in a ball return or just turning you upside down in trash compactor, stuff like that. But, the nice, gentle-hearted person that I am, I let you live.
Love you, buddy.
Don't,
We're not Facebook friends, but I love you.
don't. Every child that comes around, he wants to kill.
Well, absolutely. I mean, look at your son.
Yeah, same thing with Cameron. There's
Not
no
true.
question about it. Now that Cameron's a bowler as well, he won't say it.
I
But
didn't want to kill Cameron. I just wanted to maul him for once. But, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, you're not going to see a better match than what you just saw. It was awesome. And once Scott put some editing to it, and you can catch it probably Wednesday or Thursday on the internet on www.ColoradoSports.TV. Just impressive, I'm telling you. It was fun to watch and great match to win, buddy.
I want to say thank you to a few people.
Sure.
My wife, love you.
Already
Cage,
said it.
Zayla, Daddy finally did it.
Well, it's been a while,
Luckily,
but
high school. Yeah.
what a great win, honestly.
Yeah.
Keith,
All right,
my
ladies
boy.
and gentlemen, again, next week, regional pattern for practice for our big regional in 2 weeks at Zone Wheat Ridge. You're going to be at Western Bowl in Arvada. So for 9-time champion Jason Poole, Dennis Glover, I'm Nicholas Source, and we'll see you in a week. Have a great week.
Take
Thanks,
care.
Damian. Love you, buddy.